Hey everyone, it's Erica here with the Gallatin Valley Sentinel. We are continuing our candidate interviews with the Bozeman government and Gallatin County government studies. Today we're sitting down with EJ Porth. EJ, thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And why don't you just tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, absolutely. So I moved to Bozeman in 2009 and have been here ever since. I have been mostly working in the nonprofit sector. I started working with Haven, the domestic violence shelter in town. I've worked with some youth programs, and for the last about 11 years have been working with the Gallatin Valley Land Trust.
Okay.
My husband and I live kind of west of Bozeman, so we're not in the city limits, out towards Four Corners. And yeah, I'm just excited to throw my name in the hat for this. I care a lot about this valley and what happens in the future and want to make sure I'm contributing and serving in any way that I can.
What are some of the things that you love about living in Gallatin County?
Oh gosh.
I know it's we all have the same answers. It's a beautiful place.
I know it's beautiful, but honestly, I would say the best part of the people. Like I just love living in a place where I get to run into my neighbors. I feel like I see people all over. And I love that we have new people coming too. Like there's a lot of fresh ideas, there's a lot of new businesses. We're a growing community, which I think is really exciting and provides a lot of opportunity.
Sure.
Obviously, I love wide open spaces and I love being outside like most Montanans. But really, I feel like Bozeman is a special place because of the people. That would be my absolute favorite part.
What are some of the reasons that you decided to run for this study commission? I mean, it's the first time we've done it in a very long time, so it'd
Yeah,
be interesting.
I've always been intrigued by local government. I feel like the world has gotten so partisan, and especially this year,
Sure.
the Senate race, the presidential race, like I've gotten really disillusioned with partisanship in general, to be honest. And so this was a way for me to have what I think is like an outsized impact on the day-to-day life of me and my neighbors.
Yeah.
They say like politics is local, and there's nothing more local than like the function of our local government. And I just love that it's nonpartisan. Like I love that I could potentially serve without having to put an R or a D next to my name and
Yeah.
be able to actually like kind of divorce myself from any political agenda and really just look at like how can we make sure that the government has the tools to do their job.
Yeah.
We have a really quickly growing community, and I've worked alongside the county in a number of projects in my job, and I just want to make sure they have the tools that they need to be able to serve the residents.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes I worry that they might have their hands tied on certain things, or maybe just because of the structure, they have limitations. And I don't know that to be true necessarily, but I'm like, it deserves a look. We should take
Sure.
a look at
Well,
that.
hopefully you find out. So what have you done so far, I guess, to campaign a little bit? Have you been talking to people, making calls, or just generally word of mouth?
I'll be totally honest. I have not been campaigning in the traditional sense whatsoever. I've been really fortunate in a lot of my jobs that I have met a lot of people in this valley in a
Yeah.
lot of different areas. And so I'm hoping that the good, authentic relationships I've built will kind of speak for themselves. And so word of mouth, small community. I'm hoping my name floats to the
Well,
top because of
we're
that.
we're gonna help you out today. So
Thanks.
we've talked to a lot of people, and we're all the videos will be on our website, the gvsentinel.com, and
Awesome.
everybody will have a chance to, and you can go there and share it and share it with your network. And so that was the whole aim of us taking the time to do this. So do you think I'll reposition it? If you are elected, what are some of the things that you hope the group will talk about? I know there's
Yeah.
probably 1 million things, so if you can maybe pick three or four.
Yeah, um, one thing that's going to be really important to me is making sure that the the feedback that this group hears and anything that they pursue has a goal of being as representative of the entire Gallatin Valley as possible. Bozeman is a big city. It's the biggest city in the county, and I worry sometimes that it has outsized impact on decision making just because of its population.
Yeah.
And I have had the privilege of working with a lot of the farmers and ranchers that live kind of Western Valley, Manhattan, Three Forks, Amsterdam, Churchill, Gateway. I just think that those voices need to be amplified. And I think it's really important that the county government represents all county residents.
Yeah.
I don't live in the city of Bozeman, and so I feel pretty strongly that at least the outreach needs to be super intentional and really focused on those folks. And I want to make sure that whatever form of government comes out of this, even if it's keeping things the same, that we get to a place where those voices still have a seat at the table.
Sure.
That will be really important to me. I'm interested in finding ways to challenge the partisan politics. The city of Bozeman has a nonpartisan commission race. Our all of our county seats are almost all of them are partisan, and I just wonder if they all need to be. I might find that I know there's plenty of downsides to nonpartisan races, one of which being it's really hard to find information about some of these local races and
Hmm.
puts a lot of the onus on the voters to try to find information. But it's something I'd love to just explore and see if it could help us prevent some unnecessary division
Yeah.
in the county.
Absolutely. So if you are elected, we hope that you will come back and talk to us as we continue to be involved in the community and have our community voices heard. We will be doing this through the election and through the study commissions, and hopefully becoming an avenue for all of our residents to come and find out what's really going on in the community, and you guys that are elected will come back and share with us what you're finding. So we wish all of the candidates luck with their endeavors. And is there anything else you would like to share with us before we wrap up? And why should the people of Gallatin County vote for you?
Yeah, I think just to piggyback on your last comment about what you guys are doing, I think it's awesome. I really sometimes worry that there aren't a lot of places for people to learn about what's going on other than social media, which is
Yeah.
just like full of misinformation and rumors. And the fact that you guys have created a platform where people can learn more is awesome. And
Thank you.
one thing I think people might not know about the study commission is that whatever this commission thinks is a good idea to move forward, it needs to be approved by the voters again. And
Hmm.
so there is this like iterative process that makes sure that whatever this group comes up with needs to fly. Like we're not voting people in to just say, okay, they get to make a decision and boom, magic wand, it's done.
Right.
I think groups like you are going to be really important to not only inform what this commission does, but also to make sure that when something goes back out to the voters, that people know exactly what it means and what the consequences are. So thank you for doing what you do. I always say like free press is the cornerstone of our democracy
Sure.
and we need more of it. So thank you.
Absolutely.
In terms of what else I'd love to say, I have worked, like I said, alongside county government. I am not an elected official. I've never been an elected official. To be honest, I have no desire to be an elected official.
I
Just want
know.
to make that clear. But I've worked in and around the county government enough to kind of I know some of the players, I have good relationships, and I think I can use that knowledge and those skills and the experience in my role to not further a personal agenda by any means. I'm not going to bring my work or the mission of my organization to this at all. I'm showing up as EJ who likes to listen, who likes to get things done, who likes to learn from people who are different from me. And I hope that I can represent as many different people as possible if I get on there. So yeah, I'd
Wonderful.
love to get the trust of the vote, but certainly support whatever the people choose and just glad to have my name in the hat.
Wonderful. It's a pleasure talking to you this afternoon. I hope you enjoy the rest of this pretty day, and
Thank you
hopefully
so
we will
much,
talk to you
Erica.
again soon.
Sounds good.
Awesome.